Welcome to the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
And I'm Dana.
Dana's back.
Dana's back. Woo! Let's see if it's right. Oh, I was waiting for the want.
I was waiting for him to hit the wrong one.
I was hovering there.
I think you hit that with Dave last
I
week.
think
It was
it was
like
a drum or something.
The Price is Right. What mini?
Yeah, let's
I
get
got
Brian.
stuff.
You wanted to talk right away.
Let's
you
get Brian his
big
Korean
news
nonsense
coming out of
out of
Netflix Korea. What is the big news coming out of there?
Well, this past week I watched a show.
Tell us the news that you sent to me.
Oh
and
yeah,
Andy earlier.
Netflix is investing $2.5 billion in Korean content for
Oh my gosh.
Netflix, like for us. For
you are directly
everybody.
responsible for that.
I think I might be.
Wow.
They
And Christine.
also invested like $2.5 billion in Adam Sandler movies, so it's
Oh
that
my
doesn't
gosh,
mean a
okay.
lot. I mean, maybe they get 5 movies
I'll take
out of that.
$2.5 billion of Adam
I will
Sandler
take Adam
movies.
Sandler.
Well, my show that I watched this week, 16 episodes.
Just this week, you watched all 16 episodes?
Yeah. It's
God damn, dude, that is a lot.
they're 70 minutes apiece.
So it's over an hour.
70
So you put like
minutes
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 hours into this.
Yes. And Christine watched and finished it too.
Stop bringing Christine
separately.
down with you.
And we watched it separately. So this is another one where she jumped in on me. I'm on like episode 6.
Why don't
She
you
comes,
wait for
sits
her?
down,
It happens every time.
because
Yeah.
I'm not. We can't sync up. We don't watch.
Yeah,
She sits
you
on
two
a.
live together. It's
She'll
gotta be
sit.
hard to get in touch
She'll
with each
sit
other.
in the living room with the TV, and she'll be sitting on a chair on her tablet, like just watching it. And I'm like, "There's a TV right there. We won't put it up on the TV." And she's like, "I'm fine."
And you're watching something else?
And well,
You're both watching separate Korean shows on Netflix at
We're
the
watching
same
the same
time.
Korean show.
It's just
at
episodes,
different
different
times.
episodes.
well, normally I start one, then she'll come in. She'll be finishing one that I already watched, and then she'll be like, "Oh, what's this one?"
I
And
gotta
she'll
talk
sit
to
in.
Christine
She'll
more.
watch like episode 6, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to go back and watch."
Oh,
this
so she's
one.
like you watching a random show in the middle of something. to
Exactly.
find
But
out
then
if
she
likes
goes
it.
back and watches.
He
it all.
won't watch Succession because he watched season 4, episode 1. Couldn't really get into it.
I know.
Now wait a minute. So every Korean show you've started, have you watched it all the way through?
No. Oh no.
You've dropped some?
No, I mean, I give it 5 or 6 episodes. So
Oh
I've got 5
my
or 6
God.
hours invested into a show before I.
That's a lot.
Wow.
But
I
sometimes
don't
if I'm
care.
5 or 6 hours into a show, I'm pot committed, dude. I'm taking it all the way there. I'm going to the end.
I did that with a couple shows and it wasn't worth it. So now I know I'll be like, okay, if after 5 or 6 episodes I'm not excited like a show like this, I was excited to get home from work and put it on.
Do you follow like some Korean subreddit where they tell you which shows to watch and which like
No.
this one's going to take 2 episodes to get
So you
into
just
or
take a
something like
guess
that?
by
go
like
on
watching the
Netflix
trailer or
and-
whatever?
yeah, and I go on Netflix and I just pan down and then I'll pan over and then I'll just stop and start one.
Man, that is entirely too much reading. I mean, I have subtitles on all the time, but like that's just to help me hear things.
Yeah,
but
me
like
too.
you're
Yeah.
having to read to understand.
Oh yeah.
And I'm multitasking. I'm on my phone
Yeah,
and I watch some shows like that and I have to stop because I'm more interested on my phone and I
Yeah.
have to pause and I never get through it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
hard.
what happened with you with Narcos.
I was just gonna say it took me
Yeah.
twice as long to watch Narcos as it normally would have because halfway through I'd be like, oh shit, they've been speaking Spanish for 10 minutes. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there are times I know now when I can get on my phone through certain scenes. Let's say I don't care about a character and I'll go on, I'll go jump on my phone, wait for that scene to go by before I, can start reading again.
And then again, with
Yeah.
no concept of what's even happening.
Do you have an
don't-
interest?
no.
Do you have an interest in learning the language?
Yeah, I would love to, but it sounds crazy. So I don't know.
They say that about you too, sir.
Yeah.
Your language, your crazy language.
Like I try and pick up, you would think, I mean, I have, that was my 19th Korean series I watched.
Wow.
So that's
I haven't watched
16
19 American
episodes
series. I don't think.
times 19 times probably 15 to 20 shows I started but didn't finish, got 5 into. So you would think I would pick up more than yes and no. But
Yeah.
Outside of Christine, do you have anybody that at work that watches these shows,
No.
or somebody else that you talk to that?
So you
watches
can't even
these
walk up.
shows?
No.
You can't sidle up on somebody and be like, "So, what'd you think of?"
I don't
Whatever your new
want
show
to
was this
discuss
week.
it with Christine. So
You know
I
what?
just like
I
watching.
understand that too.
I like watching the show, and
I watch shows
I don't
with
need to
Michelle,
go
and I'm like,
and
so what do you think
dive
about that?
into it.
Michelle's like, her input is
Uh-huh.
negligible.
Well, see, Christine wants to talk about certain
Oh.
things, and then
I think Michelle's embarrassed that she doesn't understand it and she doesn't want to talk to me about it because she's going to say, like, I don't even know why we're watching this, but she sits there and watches it.
but do you want to hear about this show?
Oh, absolutely not. No. I forgot you didn't even talk about
I thought you were wrapping up. That's why I picked up my phone. I was like, see what I
This show is called My ID is Gangnam Beauty.
Gangnam
Gangnam
Style?
Style?
Well, it's Gangnam is the part of Seoul where there's
Excuse me?
lots of fashion.
The soul.
Oh, okay.
Gangnam is a section of the city of Seoul.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I
a
did not know this.
Gangnam Beauty is a
So a
woman
Gangnam Style is
who
a certain
gets
specific
lots
kind
of plastic surgery to look beautiful.
Oh.
So this lead was just a hideous young girl. They called her nickname was Kang Ork.
I don't speak Korean, but
That
I don't think
sounds
that's
awful.
a positive.
I mean, you've seen Korean. You can see the kids are terrible to
Yeah.
other kids in Korea. And so she got the plastic surgery before her first year in college, and she, came out beautiful.
Is that a common thing in Korea? People get plastic surgery just to like fit in?
Oh yeah, I guess they kept referring to double eyelid surgery,
Oh,
which
yeah.
to make their eyes bigger.
To look more westernized, I guess. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
her nose, this
That's a
woman's
popular operation over there.
yeah, that's popular. And the nose job, like her nose was clearly, it was a sculpted nose, like perfect.
Is this a
Yeah.
reality
So did they
show? Or
like how
No,
did they
no,
make this
she
woman
must
like
have
how did
had-
they do her before the surgery?
She had to have had surgery. Like
no,
when
she
she's
gets surgery for a
CGI.
show, man.
when she's
CGI.
no. I mean, I think she had surgery as an actress because, like,
and they just globbed
in the
a bunch
very
of, like,
beginning of the
putty
show,
on her
she's
face.
rating other women.
It's just like how they make
And
the girl who's
and
got
she knows
glasses and
everybody
she takes
who
them
had
off.
double eyelid surgery, who had nose, they.
Or
And
when
then
they
there were
take
the
the hair
natural
down.
beauties
The
that
girl who takes her hair down and she's beautiful.
Oh, she's got glasses and a ponytail.
Then all of a sudden it's like, what? What?
But what got Christine into it was that the male lead was the male lead from the show we just watched, but I didn't know it was him until the 5th episode.
He drinks
And I'm like,
Korean liquor.
That's a
too.
little racism, Brian, right there. He's like,
Yeah.
they all look the same as me.
Right?
They all look the same, so you can't tell.
He drinks Korean
that
liquor.
I know none of their names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
got to be
can-
weird.
I cannot tell you a character from
do you
this.
eat Korean
Sua.
food?
I remember Sua.
Do you eat Korean food?
I do, but my blood pressure's been high, so I can't.
Speaking of high blood pressure,
God damn it! No, we're not talking about Andy's health.
Oh.
But I did finally go to get a physical for the first time in 53 years. Not the first time. No, not the first time in 53 years. The first time in 30 years. So now I'm already on blood pressure medication, and based on my blood pressure or my blood results, I'll be on a lot more medication
No
in the
Korean
coming
food.
weeks. No, nothing. I told you I'm a vegan now, except for bourbon and beer. And
I didn't think
maybe a
you
cigar
wanted to
once in a
keep
while.
living, like you wanted to enjoy life.
I do enjoy life. I have fun with life.
that's what we're doing here.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's affected me. Like when the woman was asking me, "My God, your blood pressure, is there a history of this?" I'm like,
can I ask what it
Not-
was?
not-
do you know
my
what it
blood
was?
pressure was 180 over 110, which
Oh
she
my
said,
God, Andy.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
That's high.
I think I've been in full panic attack mode and my blood pressure wasn't that high.
luckily
high.
my ignorance didn't make
And that's
me
just,
worried about
that's
any
just
of this
and
until
you were in
after.
there just normal. It wasn't like you were running and
Oh no!
Yeah,
I
like
like I
stress
said,
test or
I
anything
said
like
before,
that.
like I calmed down when I got in there. They did my EKG, everything was good. I'm like, okay, good, I should be all right. And then she said, "Yikes!" I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Just to give you perspective, last week,
Yes, when we
I
went to
panicked.
parks, you panicked about your high blood
I was
pressure.
I was in a panic because it took me all day to get my blood pressure down from 167 over 95, and I was in a panic to get it
So
down.
how much is one number from if 110 to 109? What's that
110 is
mean?
very
Yeah, so
very
she said it's
bad.
very high.
Yeah,
And she
Like,
said,
the
like,
lower
the-
number is your key
yeah,
number.
it's a big number. Yeah,
That's the one you want to keep low.
Well, she was nervous. She's like, I shouldn't let you out of here, but she did. But now I'm on blood pressure
Jesus
medication.
Christ.
She jammed some pills
That's
down
not
your
something you
throat.
want to hear at the doctor. I don't think you're going to leave.
You
here
definitely don't
on
want to
your
hear.
own.
She did my left arm blood pressure, and then she's like, I'm not getting a good reading there. And then she did my right arm, and she's like, yikes, I'm getting the same number. I'm like, yikes.
For the rest of the appointment, she put down a sheet of plastic. Gets your head
She put me
explode.
in a body bag. She just said, I'm gonna zip it up to here, and then I'm gonna do some more tests, and then we'll keep zipping it up.
Hopefully you make it through these tests.
Well, so I got blood work done, and obviously based on that, a lot of the blood work was fine. Brian actually looked at it before because I trust his opinion because he's so fucking sickly.
so you had,
Like my
they were checking,
prostate, my
diabetes
PSA,
and all
my
that stuff,
pre-diabetes, but only by like 4.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
My they say 99 is the highest to not be pre-diabetes. Mine was like 103. I'm like, I had a candy bar at work yesterday that probably fucked me up. But like my prostate cancer blood thing was like right there in the middle, good, and,
Very low.
and all the other things were really good. But high cholesterol, high triglycerides, like that one page. I went through like 8 pages. I'm like, good. And then that one page, high. I'm like,
That's what made your blood gravy.
My
Cholesterol.
blood type is gravy. Yeah.
Blood type's ragu.
Ragu.
You put your blood in the refrigerator and it solidifies.
Well, I've made it this long with this blood pressure, so either my head's going to pop off or it's just my blood pressure. I hope the
Hopefully I can get
medication
it
works.
down. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I said to Michelle when I was driving home today, I'm like, I can give up almost anything. If they tell me I have to give up red meat, I'll give it up. If I have to give up this, I'll give it up. If I have to give up this, I'll give it up. But sweet lady alcohol, fuck you, man. I'd rather die. I'm two-fisting it currently. I'm not giving it up.
Just pay attention to the sodium content of everything. Anything that's prepared is going to be high.
Well, and that's one of the
only
things.
eat like one of those a day.
Well, when I was looking at the top 10 things that are bad for you, I'm like, I don't eat that. Like processed meats. I'm like, okay, I have a hoagie like once every 2-3 weeks, maybe one. And something else that was red meat for sure was on there, but we don't eat red meat a lot. We have mostly chicken or fish, but.
What you have tonight? I had the lasagna.
I didn't have anything yet. I had a little bowl of fruit.
I had the lasagna.
You ate dinner already?
Airplane humor.
I got it. Steak or fish.
That was for Dana.
Steak or fish.
My
Yeah, I
favorite.
had the lasagna. Are we going to talk about TV shows or health?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
fucking
done.
Korea.
I got
That's
one.
all
I'm gonna tell you.
That's all I watch.
Season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones started on Sunday, and
I
it
didn't
was
get to watch
so
it.
On my
Was
list,
it?
Bickety Bam, 2 episodes
so
in.
good. 2 episodes they gave
Oh.
us.
Oh, they
this
dropped
weekend.
2?
Yeah.
Every
can't
week
wait
they're
to
going to
watch
drop 2?
No, they just dropped 2 this first week.
Okay.
Yeah, but
And
it
it is
so
2 episodes in, so good. And they've set up the bad guy. I guess the bad guy.
And
for
next
this
week they already showed who's coming back next week. Uncle Baby Billy.
Walter Goggins.
Because he was not in the first 2. And I was like, are they not bringing Walter Goggins back? And then in the preview, he's back in. But
He's like, I want to be on TV.
John
I can't wait to
Goodman,
watch it.
talk about a guy that, like, he is
He is
half
so
the size,
good.
but he's
so
half
good.
the size of what he used
Yeah,
to be.
he
is
lost a lot of
so
weight, yeah.
thin.
Yeah.
He lost
Or not
so much
thin,
weight
but-
where it almost looks like it's hanging off of
His
him.
neck
skin,
looks bad.
You know,
He's
That's a
been
bad
like that
look.
for on the Connors for a couple years. Really just thin.
skin
and-
just looks weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's hanging off of him.
He needs a
But get
neck
on that.
job.
That's something you need
I'm
to get
going
on,
to.
yeah.
I just saw his birthday. I think he's just turned 71.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. So we can have him for like at least another
I
decade
know,
or
that's
so.
pretty
Yeah.
That's good.
young.
I would
Considering
have thought
that
John Gibbon was close
Corbin
to 80.
Burnson or what's the
No,
guy's
Barry
name?
Corbin.
Oh, I
Barry
just
Corbin.
brought him up today. I
Dana
just
loves
finished
him too.
War Games. And you guys were talking about him and you were saying his top 4. And I was like, oh, it's got to be One Tree Hill. He was in like 80 episodes of One Tree Hill. How could that not be there? I was
Was
really
he the
surprised.
grandpa or something like that?
He was the coach, the basketball
Oh.
coach.
He just looked like a guy that would be
But
the
he was
grandpa.
like that. He like a lot of sarcastic
When he-
comments.
every time
and-
he was on screen, you got excited for it, just the way he talked. It's
Yeah.
Well, that's so
like, you know,
crazy that he
like-
was in. I was listening to our War Games podcast and I was like,
Which
man,
was I
Better
listened to that
Call
episode
Saul.
was
I'm
really
like,
good.
I'm like, I forgot, like the fact that he was in Better Call Saul for multiple episodes. And I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's
It was a
shame
small
on
arc.
me.
It was a
Shame
Oh,
on
small
me.
just
arc,
because you
but-
hadn't seen him older
Yeah, I
in a
didn't know
long
he looked
time.
like that, bald and big gray beard. Yeah,
Yeah.
or big white.
When I
beard.
saw the Better Call Saul, I remember telling Tara, "That's Whitey." And
See,
she's like, "Who? What?"
I was so excited when I saw that. Yeah.
I would have known him.
Did
from
you
that.
watch all of One Tree Hill?
it's on my list. I just finished it for the 3rd or 4th time watching it.
I don't know
Oh
if
my
you know this
God,
about
Herbie,
Dana.
you're watching
I
Brian,
know.
17.
Don't say "Oh my God" to me.
Brian, Dana is a rewatcher of many shows. She's always
Yeah.
talking
Community.
about. I just did my Community rewatch for the 18th time. I just did
Her
One
monthly,
Tree Hill.
it's almost like a monthly rewatch of Community.
That's why I can't get rid of Netflix. That's the only place it streams.
Have you rewatched the 100?
I didn't watch it to begin with.
And
Tara
she's not
watched
good for
it.
going
you.
to watch
Oh.
Good for you.
Don't
Wait, Tara
watch it
watched
either.
it?
Yeah, she liked it. She was a big fan. I tried. I just couldn't get into it.
We should have Tara down here.
But I do know all the names.
But
You guys
without
brought
Dana,
up like
without Dana.
Bellamy. I was like, I know that name because Tara says it. And yeah.
I want Tara down here without Dana just so I can interrogate her and not have Dana being like, you watch that. No, I want Tara to like stick up for herself and discuss.
She has said that
the
she
100.
watches the 100.
I want her on mic to do that. She was here for the Grease episode. I remember what that was like. It was not good.
There hasn't been anybody else that has said they watched it, right? On the podcast.
That guy at work, your work.
Oh, Ishmael.
Oh, yeah,
said he
Ishmael
watched.
said it.
Ishmael's like pissed at me for not liking it.
Anybody that's been on the podcast, nobody else has watched it, right?
No.
Yeah. I had never watched an episode. I don't plan to watch an episode.
I've seen bits and pieces just because Tara watched it. So I
how
come
cheesy
in.
is it that they have 100 episodes?
Did they?
Oh,
is that
they
how,
did?
Is that happen?
Yeah,
did that
that's-
happen?
that's
Oh,
how
I
many
didn't
they have.
realize that.
How did you remember that?
Because this
Jay?
asshole told her.
And the two leads got married in real life.
Spoiler.
Uh-huh.
Oh, in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that happened on One Tree Hill as well.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It happened on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Also.
With the waitress.
No, well, they were married beforehand, but Sweet D
Robin,
and Sweet D and Matt got married. I watched Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Which
I
is
wanted
what
to
it's
see
on.
that.
I brought that up a few weeks
I
ago.
know
which is
most
really
of my
good.
stuff is stuff you brought up,
And I did watch that.
I thought
You
it was
watched it, right?
Yeah.
very good, very
It
funny.
was fun, man.
Okay.
Chris
I can't wait to
Pine's
watch it.
He's a good
He's
lead.
a good lead.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez, you know what you're getting with her.
She was kind of annoying in it, I thought.
Oh, but I think she's always like
I
that. She's
know,
kind of like the way too tough girl all the
Over
time.
the top kind of thing, yeah.
But Hugh Grant.
That's right, Hugh Grant was in there.
Who else? It doesn't matter. It was good. Oh, Bradley Cooper. Spoiler.
Brad
Oh, really?
Cooper, our boy Brad, yeah.
Big fan. Named my dog after him.
Michelle, I don't think made
I
it
did.
that far into the movie before. Like,
Really?
well, only because she was like,
Oh.
"Here's a martini. We're watching Dungeons and Dragons." 10 minutes later, I looked over. I'm like, There's still a quarter of a martini and 2 olives sitting there. I'm like, I'll take that, and I'll talk to her about this later on. But I really liked it. I thought it was fun. When you did the review of it, I was like, who cares about Dungeons and Dragons? But I thought it was good.
Like I said, you don't need to be.
If they make a sequel to
fan
it, I will watch the
I am
sequel
too.
to
I'm looking
Dungeons and
forward to it.
Dragons.
I hope they do.
Yeah,
Connor liked it.
He did.
You know,
I talked to him
Yeah.
That's
the
a
other
lot.
day, and he said he did like it, which is high praise because he's way too judgmental.
He's tough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's tough to get a good review out of. Yeah.
Yes.
And you already talked about.
Dana didn't bring anything up. What did you?
Well, she talked about One Tree Hill.
I do. I have a number of things. Some
Oh.
you might care about, and others you clearly will not give a shit about. But I watched the first episode of The Idol on HBO with The Weeknd.
How is
I
that?
heard that got canceled already.
Did it get canceled?
I heard it did.
Johnny Depp's
Dude,
daughter is like sexy in it, right?
Sexy is not the word.
Is that Amber
Oh.
Heard's daughter too, or is that a different?
No.
different model?
That's enough.
We looked up her mother as some
She's a
model.
French girl.
Yeah, French model.
Definitely French, but
Yeah, she
Oh, oui, oui.
Oh, I
Johnny
don't
Depp,
even-
I take your penis now.
Oh my god, I can't. I hope to God Johnny Depp does not watch this because I can't think of a more awkward thing to do than watch your daughter
Did you ever
do these things.
I remember when who's Melanie Griffith in?
Oh, yeah.
When she did Saturday Night Live after
What's her name? I can't
the
remember.
daughter,
the girl from 50 Shades of Grey.
Dakota Johnson,
Fanning.
Fanning.
No, Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. She
Johnson.
did Saturday Night Live after one of those 50 Shades movies, and Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith were there in the crowd. And she's like, I just did the show, and they showed them in the crowd. And they were doing the whole like, oh God, like please,
Yeah.
like we don't want to acknowledge our daughter was naked on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. I mean,
That was less.
Oh, she does more.
I feel like
Johnny
it's
Depp's daughter?
definitely going to get there than what this was doing.
Does it become softcore porn?
I feel like it might. I only watched one episode, but I
What channel is that on?
HBO, dude.
Like,
Sorry,
it's-
it's canceled it.
The Weeknd is not a good actor.
I heard he was like a diva on the set too, and they're like,
Yeah, I
they're
heard
not,
that too.
They're
Yeah.
not going to do it.
now he's not the Weeknd anymore, isn't he? By his like real name.
Yeah, he used
too?
his real name. Which
Because
I
did
forget
he
what it
realize
is.
the Weeknd's the worst name you could have as a
Yeah.
rapper or whatever he is? Is he a rapper?
He's a singer. I really enjoy his music. I love
But the
his
Weeknd
music.
is a terrible name. That's just a dumb name. Name
Yeah.
yourself Ice something. That's much better.
Stop.
Although news has been circulating that HBO's The Idol has been canceled only 2 episodes into its first season, the network has confirmed that is not the case. The controversial series starring The Weeknd Abel Tesfaye and Lily Rose Depp was initially reported to not be returning for a second season by Page Six.
Sounds like a headline that Andy would have read and said, "Oh, canceled after 2 episodes."
Yeah, it's something else. I'm going to watch more.
I am certainly not watching that,
just because I'm curious.
but I might watch clips of her. Like if I find clips
Sure
online
you
about
can.
her.
I'm sure you can.
Or you could just watch. There's that other show that's like dirty like that too. Euphoria. Isn't
Oh,
that
and
supposed to
same
be-
guy,
Oh.
same guy that makes that show.
Yeah, Euphoria is really good though. So it boggles my mind that the same guy made both, because I think this show is crap and Euphoria is amazing. So
Logan,
yeah.
Logan and I were discussing. Is that Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
We were arguing about her
beautiful,
the other.
man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hers, and Logan loves her.
Ooh.
as an actress,
I don't know anything that
Based
she's
on
been in.
looks.
I just think
Just
she's
looks?
beautiful. I
Yeah.
follow her on Instagram.
She looks a little.
What character
I
is
know,
she?
like-
I don't know. I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
never,
yeah,
I never watched Euphoria.
you should. It's an amazing show.
She was in the first season of White Lotus, which I did.
I haven't
watch.
watched that either.
Yeah,
haven't
don't
watched
don't. It sucked.
Oh yeah, the second season for some reason
That's what
was
turned me
so
off. That's what
good.
maybe
yeah, the first season sucked.
Yeah.
Because isn't what's her name in that?
Yes, she's
Who's
both of them.
that? Who are you doing?
Jennifer
Stifler's
Coolidge.
mom.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it. But Ariana Daddario's in it, and she's
Mhm.
a smoke show.
Yeah.
So
Let me hear
Yeah.
your Jennifer Coolidge.
Stifler's mom. Let me do Stifler. I'm usually better at doing an impression right at the bat. I got nothing. I can't do it.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
afraid
do
I'm
it
just
on the
going
spot.
to do it. I
Who were
sound
we
I
doing
sound like
last
Jerry
week? We were doing
Lewis.
Eddie Deason last week. We were doing Eddie Deason last week.
Oh, yeah, well, let's see me do try it. Go to Falcon's Maze. Falcon's Maze.
Really good. I thought he was sitting right
That
here.
was really good.
I also watched all of the new season of Black Mirror, which
I only watched the first episode.
I
love
only
that
watched the
Annie's
first
voice.
one too.
I didn't
Listen,
watch any. I didn't
I
even know it was
don't-
back.
awful.
Joan is awful. Yeah.
okay,
I didn't like it.
I watched it in a way. I follow these two guys on TikTok who said, "Here's my ranking." So I watched it in their ranking from best to worst.
Oh.
And I am glad I watched it that way.
We watched the best one, and I didn't think that was a good one.
For
I didn't
me,
really
that
care.
that
I
was
like
my
that
favorite.
one.
I
Wait, the one you guys
loved
both
it.
watched, you didn't like?
I didn't.
I liked it.
I loved it. That
no,
particular episode.
let me be clear. I didn't hate it. It just what I didn't.
And this
think it
is
was
just
up
some
to-
random
I didn't
person
think it was
saying
up
that's
to
the
its
best one, but you said you liked it too as well. You
No,
both liked-
other people said a different episode was the best. This was like their
Which one
second
did they
best,
say is the
but I
best?
liked it. I think it's called Beyond the Sea, the one with Aaron Paul
Okay.
and
Oh.
Josh Hartnett making a return.
damn, man, they get so many big names on this show.
Oh,
I-
Joan is Awful was full of cameos.
I
Full
love
of it.
Black Mirror. I just haven't watched this season yet. That's
Yeah.
Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
And I love how they worked in that it was them in the show.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It was really good.
That's also one of those shows I have to watch by myself.
I
that
do
means I'll
like-
watch it in a year when Michelle falls asleep one night. I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll just do Black Mirror tonight.
I did like when she was like, "I'm Salma fucking Hayek."
yeah. Yeah, she was really good in it.
She's
There's
smoking
one-
hot. She's
Yeah.
like mid-50s.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Yeah.
just want to be in mid-50s, man.
I'm
I
smoking
said she's
hot.
smoking hot in her mid-50s.
Oh, smoking
You-
hot in mid-50s.
You're dying in your mid-50s.
Dumpster fire, mid-50s.
I get compliments all the time.
They say, you look good for 78.
I should say, I
And
give
you're like,
myself
thank you. I'll
compliments.
take it. Thank you.
I wanted to bring up something that is coming out on Friday on Max. The new Evil Dead Rise will be streaming.
Oh, streaming.
Yeah,
okay.
so that'll be coming
I'll
out.
watch that then.
Is that an
And-
Evil Dead?
It's,
Yeah.
I think Sam Raimi's involved somehow.
Sam Raimi's involved, and Bruce Campbell is not involved. But there's also another documentary, I guess, or biopic
What the
coming
fuck's
out
Bruce Campbell
July
doing that he
5th.
can't do the new Evil Dead movie?
July 5th on Netflix. Wham! It's called Wham.
I saw the preview for the Wham.
I'm looking forward to
Is that
that.
about Wham?
Yeah, about the band Wham. So
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that.
They were only around for a couple of years, so it
Yeah.
shouldn't be quick. It's not 8 episodes, right?
13.
It's 13
I don't
episodes.
know. I just made that
Oh,
up.
Christ. I was like, I'm not watching
Dude, you
it.
stopped me in my tracks. I was like, I guess I'm not watching that. Did you have something else to say about Black Mirror?
I'm sorry, I
No,
jumped
but I
in there,
also
yeah.
watched the first episode of Secret Invasion.
I have that on my list too. Secret Invasion.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Did you
The
like
whole
it?
thing? How many episodes
I
are out
didn't.
there?
Really? I didn't
No,
really
me
like
either.
it.
Is that the Disney?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's Sam
Marvel.
Jackson, Nick Fury.
It's multiple episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And did they release all of them?
No.
Or,
One at a time.
okay.
And based on that first episode, I have no
I was
interest in watching another.
not a big fan. I mean,
Are you
It's
gonna
boring.
Are you going to finish it?
No.
I will.
If Andy says it got better, then I will.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm not saying anything. I guess I don't know yet.
You got to watch
Well,
them.
there's only been the one out,
Yeah,
so
You're the guinea pig. She wants you to watch it.
So if you watch it and you're like, it's worth it, I'll watch it.
But what kind of pig? I don't think I appreciate what you just said.
Sorry.
Canary in the coal mine.
Yeah, I watched it. It was okay.
Should I have said New Guinea? Would that have been better?
New Guinea. I watched so Dungeons and Dragons, Gemstone, Secret Invasion.
Did I get all right?
I watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode 2 today. Man, god damn, that show's so good.
I can't wait to watch that.
I watched the Arnold documentary,
I watched that.
all 3 episodes.
Really? It's good.
I
So
enjoyed
good.
it. Yeah.
Really?
One of them is about bodybuilding. One of them is about acting. One of them is about politics.
Oh.
Yep.
And they
he
get
talked
every.
to-
If
he
you
talked
think
to
about
everybody,
Arnold
yeah.
and you think about, can they get that person to be in this documentary? They got
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah,
Linda
name-
Hamilton, James Cameron.
James
Like they
Cameron
get
was
everybody.
big, I thought.
They
That was a
get
big
everybody,
guy, yeah.
and I mean by everybody, they sit down and answer like they're in it for like 10 seconds to
They
say
didn't
like,
have Ferrigno.
"Oh yeah, I love
They
directing."
didn't get
him,"
Ferrigno
Yeah.
though.
Didn't get freaked out, but it's
They did play on his. I'm
Arnold
co- I'm
Schwarzenegger is
coming
one
in-
of the few
I'm coming in the
people-
gym. It's like I'm coming all the time.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the few people on the planet that deserves unto themselves a 3-part documentary. Like when I saw 3 parts, I'm like, come on, just do one. But bodybuilding, acting, politics, he deserves all
Yeah.
3. And it was really good.
Yep.
And he's, current day Arnold being interviewed while they're
okay.
going back and showing other stuff about him. Really good. Still love Arnold.
Yeah.
Still love him.
He also has a new show, right?
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
watched
I haven't
that.
seen that yet.
Fubar, it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it at work.
Any good?
They seem to like it.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have is Silo.
Oh,
I'm all
so
caught up on
good.
Silo.
Love it.
It's so good.
It's on
I'm
my
really
list.
looking
Apple
forward to
TV.
it.
I
haven't
watched the
started it
one
yet.
What,
episode,
episode
Oh,
7?
yeah, episodes.
2 or 3, I think. But
Dude, what the
now
why
I-
do you watch them? Like, you just sit
Oh,
down and say,
I-
I'm going to watch the
we already
middle of
talked
this.
about this. I accidentally watched it with Carrie.
Oh, you accidentally watched a whole episode?
Yes.
Okay.
1 hour went by and you're like,
But now
oh, shit,
it's
was I
on my
sitting there
list.
this whole time?
Like once I finish my next Korean one, that's on my list. That's what I'm going to pick up.
Well, if you watched episode 3, that was a fantastic episode.
And it's
so that
also
makes sense.
omitting people that were in the first 2. When you'll
Yeah.
be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
in
know.
this?
I don't know which one. It was one where the girl went down and
To fix something?
to fix
Yeah, that was
the-
episode
When they
3.
shut off the
Okay.
power.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
very
when they
intense
shut off the power.
episode.
So good.
I was like on the edge of my seat with
Well,
that.
that's what made me. I was like, okay, this
Yeah.
Silo.
Connor's been trying to get
It's
me to
on my
watch
list.
it.
I'm going to
so.
start that
It's
up soon.
so good. And every episode ends with you're like, oh, I should have waited till this all came out so I could watch it all at once because everyone ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And every cliffhanger.
Are they all out?
I think there's 2 more.
There are
Tomorrow
2
and
more.
maybe next week.
2 more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one comes out tomorrow, and then next Friday will be the
Nice.
last one. And then you know what comes out on Apple TV right after that?
What?
Foundation.
It does?
Season
Oh, yeah,
2.
July.
I'm going to try to rewatch
Oh
season
my
1.
God.
What an amazing show.
Yeah.
Foundation.
Have you seen it,
season
Jason?
1?
I haven't watched that.
Was
Oh
one of the
my
best
God.
seasons of television I've ever
Yeah.
watched in the history of ever.
So
I
good.
The
loved
production
I
watching
love
value,
Lee
the
Pace.
story.
Oh, he's so
Every
good.
episode looked like not $1 million, $1 billion. Like,
Yeah.
went, oh, man, this looks so good. And Lee Pace, all the Lee Pace stuff was not even an A+. It was the best thing I've ever watched. Some of the Terminus stuff, I was like, meh, but
Yeah.
I liked all of it.
oh, such a good show.
You know what I like?
I know,
I know what you like.
He likes
Spreaker.
Spreaker.
And everywhere else you can get our podcast, download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. We're the exciting and new podcast on all our social medias. I'm the Jazoo over there on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. I'm Jason. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast.
AEGonzo1 on Twitter, AEGonzo1970 on Instagram. Jason doesn't like us talking about shows he didn't watch. I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian, Papa Bad Kitty.
And I'm Dana. Dana Cap 77.
I like that you had
On
to
Twitter.
look that up. Sweet.
Well,
What
I
am
just got a Twitter now. So
Sweet.
I
She's
have
on the
it.
Twitter.
I think that's what it is.